For the next 10 seconds, nobody in the conference room breathed. Neither did I. My message, "Miss me already?" was still displayed across the 70-inch screen at the front of the room. The silence was so complete that I could hear the hum of the projector. Then someone laughed. "Looks like our CEO has a secret admirer." A few people chuckled nervously. Others exchanged curious glances. I kept my head down, pretending to study the meeting agenda, while silently praying for the floor to open beneath my chair. At the head of the table sat Evelyn Carter, the youngest CEO in our company's history. She didn't panic. She didn't blush. She simply picked up her phone, disconnected it from the projector, and looked around the room. Her expression remained as cold as polished marble. "If everyone is finished discussing my private life," she said calmly, "perhaps we can return to discussing the company's future." Instantly, the room fell silent again. That was Evelyn. One sentence. Complete control. The meeting ended 20 minutes later. People flooded into the hallway, whispering excitedly. "I wonder who the lucky guy is. Did you see the contact name? Hubby? Since when is the Ice Queen dating someone?" I walked out without saying a word. Every step felt heavier than the last. My phone vibrated. "Hubby. Sorry. I couldn't reply earlier. Meetings are exhausting." Another message appeared. "Don't disappear on me." Then another. "Are you mad?" I stared at the screen. My fingers refused to move. How was I supposed to answer? The woman texting me sweet messages was also the boss who could fire me before lunch. My phone buzzed again. "Tell me something. Did you miss me today?" I almost laughed. Miss her? I'd nearly suffered a heart attack because of her. "Daniel." My manager stood beside my desk. "The CEO wants to see you." Of course she did. My legs felt strangely weak as I walked toward the executive floor. Each step echoed through the quiet hallway. When I reached her office, I knocked twice. "Come in." The office was exactly what I expected. Minimalist, perfectly organized, not a single unnecessary decoration. Evelyn stood beside the floor-to-ceiling window overlooking the city skyline. Without turning around, she asked, "Do you know why you're here?" My mouth went dry. Did she know? Had she recognized me? I'm not sure. She turned. Those sharp gray eyes settled on me. "You've been distracted for weeks." She placed a project file on the desk. "This report contains 7 major errors." I lowered my head. "They're my responsibility." "You have talent," she continued, "but talent without discipline is useless." I expected another lecture. Instead, she sighed, a quiet, tired sigh. "So tell me." Her voice softened just enough to surprise me. "What's distracting you?" I couldn't exactly say. "You are. I've had some personal issues." She studied me for several long seconds, before nodding once. "I'll give you one more opportunity." Then her expression returned to its usual icy calm. "Don't waste it." "Yes, ma'am." As I reached the door, her phone vibrated on the desk. Completely by accident, I glanced at the screen. "Hubby." My heart skipped a beat. She noticed my eyes. Our gazes met for barely half a second. Then she picked up the phone without reading the notification. "You may leave." I walked out before my face betrayed anything. Back at my desk, my own phone buzzed again. "My boss has been impossible today." I couldn't help smiling. "So she complained about herself online." I typed back, "Maybe your boss is under a lot of pressure." A reply came almost instantly. "Pressure isn't an excuse for scaring employees." I looked toward the executive floor. I wondered whether the woman everyone feared was simply carrying more weight than anyone could see. Just as I was about to answer, loud applause erupted near the reception area. Curious, everyone stood up. Several luxury cars had stopped outside the building. Men in tailored black suits stepped out first. Then a tall man emerged from the center vehicle. Confident, perfectly dressed, movie star handsome. The employees around me immediately started whispering, "That's Victor Ashford. The billionaire? Why is he here? He owns half the companies in this city." I watched him walk through the lobby as if he already owned the building. His smile was charming, too charming. The receptionist hurried to greet him before leading him toward the executive elevator. A coworker leaned closer and whispered, I heard he's interested in buying our company. Another shook his head. No. I heard he's interested in something else. What? Our CEO. I laughed it off, until I noticed Victor carrying a bouquet of white lilies. Not roses. Lilies. Elegant, expensive, calculated. He wasn't here for business. He was here for Evelyn. And for the first time in my life, I felt threatened by a man I'd never even met.